Hello and welcome to my very first video. A little daunting, but also really excited. I'm really excited to create this video series and share it with the world. So my name is Kyli McCorry and welcome. Whatever brought you here today, brought you here for a reason. And yeah, listen up. So who am I? I am a mother, a wife. I wear many hats. I have a career. I have had many years working in clinical research. That has just been my field. I have a science background. And in the last, I guess you could say 10 years, I then started to delve more into the holistic health side and really get a curiosity for holistic health. So I got my certificate in integrative health coaching almost 9 years ago. And in the last couple of years, since I've had my daughter, she's now 3, I really have gone on this massive journey of on my spiritual awakening and gone down the road of learning lots of energy healing modalities. So I am an energy healer. I've got my Reiki certification. I've got other energy healing modality certifications. I've learned about the Akashic records and how to do psychic readings and how to activate my psychic senses. And I don't claim to be a psychic. And I don't want to be as a professional, I don't want to be a psychic. However, I am just really in tune. When you are in tune and in tune, you just tap into those abilities naturally. So that's who I am and what I do. And as I said, I have gone down this whole spiritual awakening, and really what I've tapped into and what I'm really passionate about is bringing health and happiness to everyone, and to have that be part of my mission, part of my purpose in my lifetime. So how do I fulfill on that mission and purpose? How do I serve humanity? It is through sharing my experiences, sharing what's worked for me, how I have healed, how I've had breakthroughs, and how I've deconditioned myself from learning certain things as a child through adulthood, and now deconditioning to really get back in alignment with my true self. So I have started to share on other social media platforms. However, I have been finding that that's just a hard and fast, and people just like to scroll, and it's not the medium for sharing longer videos and longer, where real true connection can happen. And YouTube is a vessel for that to be possible. And so that's why I'm creating these videos to share myself authentically in a way that I can connect with my audience on a deeper level, sharing more details. And what's really exciting is I want it to be a platform where I can interact with people and they can send me their questions, and I can actually coach and answer questions through these videos to help people, to help as many people as possible. The other thing is I also have a coaching business, and that is a health coaching, where health coaching merging energetics with health coaching. So I'm really excited about that. That's something new that I've really just created recently, merging the two when I was going through a lot of confusion, and when I did a lot of inner work and was really with what is my mission, what is my purpose, those things, everything that I've learned to date, it made sense to combine everything, right? So that's also what I do, one-to-one health coaching. And I think further down the line, it'll be group coaching as well, as things evolve, right? I'm going to take it one step at a time and not overload myself. that's really important in this. So why do this video series? So I really am actually attributing this to one of my really close friends who we almost have a one-on-one coaching relationship where she coaches me and I coach her, and she says she gets so much value from me being the expander that I am for her. And I was thinking, and I even said this to her, how can I get others to see me the way that you see me? And one of the ways for that to happen, I thought, is to share myself authentically through videos. So here I am. And I wanted to call the topic of this video Action Precedes Clarity. What does that saying even mean? You may have heard it before, right? I've heard it a lot of times. Action precedes clarity. And until you actually take action, before you're clear, before you understand what, you have it all figured out, then you only know. And so this video is me taking action before I'm really clear on what the video series is about, how it's going to evolve over time, exactly having all the details figured out. This is me taking action before I have clarity. And it starting messy, just taking action and starting. And there's some beauty in that. There's some creativity and flow in just being, right? So that's also part of why I'm creating this video series. I'm just looking down because I have notes just so I don't, basically, so I'm covering everything, right? As I said, this is my first time. I'm not perfect and I don't claim to be. Okay, so what I thought in this example about action precedes clarity, what can you rely on me for? What can you rely on these videos? So each time I release a video, I'm going to have a topic, have a sort of a theme. I'm going to explain how so there's so many different things. There could be like spirituality in general, but that's a big blanket term. So there's so many things that come under that. Spirit guides, meditation, having a morning ritual, having a morning routine dedicated to myself, and like what that looks like if you're looking for a morning routine for yourself or a daily routine, a ritual that you can do. What does that look like? I can share that. Self-care. What do I do for self-care? What do other people do for self-care? Because what I do might not also resonate with you. So what do people do? What can you do if you're stuck for ideas? Juggling career aspirations, purpose, passions, with having a family, paying bills, motherhood, being a parent, wearing all the hats. It takes a toll. And how do I juggle it all, right? How do you juggle it all and keep your sanity and do all the things, because it can be quite a load, especially for a woman. Healing, energy healing, energetics, manifestation, rituals, tools that I use, like, spiritual cleansing tools or rituals, healthy habits. So, as I mentioned, I'm a health coach. And this is where I merge spirituality, energetics, manifestation, all that kind of like woo-woo stuff with like science. As I mentioned at the start, I have a science background. I have a science degree. I went to university. I have 2 degrees. I'm not just some woo-woo quack. I actually am university educated and have been in a corporate job for pretty much all of my adult life. So I do understand the corporate world. I do understand people that have a 9 to 5 job, do understand the pressures of life, and also what it means to also have a balance between that and being spiritual, having a spiritual practice, believing in God or believing in something higher than yourself. And then, so I kind of went on a tangent there, but like, so merging the woo woo with science and science backed things like nutrition and getting really clear on information. And this might rustle some feathers, especially with big food and with governments and things like that. When I start delving into some information about food and what we eat, and there's just so much information provided to us, but when we start actually looking at the information provided to us, breaking it down, looking at the source of that information, is it reliable, is it trustworthy, and starting to connect to our inner knowing. Now, when we think back to our grandparents and, like great grandparents, they knew, you'd say like, oh, this is an old wives' tale, or this is an old grandma's remedy, right? They use their gut, they use their instinct, and many years of, I guess, trial and error of knowing what worked and what didn't work. And I think we've stepped away from that in the last probably 15 to 20 years. And we are so pumped with marketing and media, and probably marketing and that's been paid for by big food so that we can consume overly processed foods that isn't the same for us as real foods, but they're just marketed as, oh, that's healthy and it has this and that. And it's not, okay? It's not. So when we teach ourselves to go back to our inner knowing and can listen to our bodies. So when you start to listen to, a food, if it doesn't agree with your body, it might not be meant for your body. And the other thing is, which I teach in health coaching, is this concept of bio-individuality. It was taught by my nutrition school, and it means that every single person is different. We have a microbiome in our gut, and that is individual for every single person, because when we eat something, when we consume something, it introduces microbes, and the microbes, good and bad microbes, are on the food that we eat, and that influences the makeup of our gut microbiome. So no one person, no two people are going to have the same microbiome. And so comes this concept of bioindividuality, where one man's poison might be another man's medicine. So what might work for me might not work for you. And so we've just got to trial and error and listen to our bodies and figure out what works for us and our families. And it's just such a beautiful thing. And in our busy lives, we are so in this hustle culture and this hustle mentality, this go, 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 that we just reach for the most convenient thing, which is takeout or packaged foods, frozen dinners, and things like that. I am myself, being a working mom, have been so guilty of that. Not going to pretend that I haven't, because at the end of the day, sometimes you just don't feel like cooking and you're drained of energy. So our lifestyle has taught us to just go for the most convenient thing. And unfortunately, that's not always the healthiest. So when we can start to recognize that and start to put, slow down a bit and recognize and put processes in place, then that's when we can start aligning and feeling our best. Because it's not just about the food we eat, it's about so many things. And that's why I'm going to be talking about so many topics. I'm so passionate about this. And I really believe that when people are empowered with the right knowledge, they can make informed decisions for themselves to really thrive. And I think with that, I'm going to stop this video there, and I can't wait for the next one. If you have any suggestions, you want to hear about something in particular, I would love, put a comment in the comments. But I am going to ask for, in future videos, I'm going to ask for people to write in their questions so that I can answer them. And I might even invite people to come on video and be coached as well. Because I think that would just be a beautiful example of my coaching abilities and seeing real life transformation in action. So until my next video, thank you so much for watching, and I hope wherever you are in the world that you're just having an amazing day.